Well, here we are. So after a rough weekend with the trailer last weekend, zoom out here. Anyway, I broke the tongue of the trailer right there. Needed to reinforce it a little bit and tie it back together, so I did these right here. Because for the side-by-sides, when I pull them on, I set the front suspension up here and it kind of holds it, because it's almost always the front suspension that gets trashed on the side-by-sides. Not always, but a lot of times. So anyway, whether it's front or rear, I can bring it on the trailer, whichever disabled end sits on here. And it's been kind of a pain with just one single bar. So I did these to kind of spread it out, but I brought it in so the A-frames for the front suspension will hang, you know, right here. And that'll kind of sit underneath the framework and hold it up. The bottom of most side-by-sides are flat, so that gives it, but you know, we've got these welded on here for dirt bikes. When you pull them on and pull the front tire into that, kind of holds it right there, and you wrap a strap around it and it keeps it from bouncing around. I went ahead and put these drive over fenders on because some of these side-by-sides are just so wide that even these are full width trailer axles. I can't go any wider because it'll hang off the edge of the gooseneck when I carry it on the gooseneck. But this is a full width car hauler trailer. They might be a little narrower, maybe, but anyway. So almost all side-by-sides fit right in on here, fit right in on this groove. So I put this bar on here so that the tires, even if they're a little wider, they'll kind of slide in here. They won't rub on my tires, which has been a hassle a couple times. But the one I went to get was a big monster, and it had portals and wider A-arms, so it sat clear out here. So the plan is this will drop down, and then you could ratchet strap the ramps up, but then you could pull the tires onto this back part here and kind of hold it up. I'm hoping it works. It should, like I said, the trailer works for 85 to 90% of the side-by-sides that I get, and then there's just that one oddball that messes with me. So I went out to get one the other day, and it wouldn't fit on the trailer, so I had to leave the trailer out there and come back the next day and get the trailer and just haul the side-by-side out by carrying it, which works on a lot of the dirt roads and stuff. But like I said, the side-by-side, the A-arms and stuff are pretty fragile, so that when you're pulling it out of somewhere, if you hook a tire, you can yank it right off if you're not careful and watching what you're doing. And so the trailer just kind of, it puts the whole side-by-side up on it and takes away any additional damage. I pride myself in not damaging any rig further than it is when I go out to get it. I don't want to tear it up. I don't want to trash it any worse. That's why I have the pole. I have the ability to pick the side-by-side up, carry it around if I need to. When I'm pulling a side-by-side on, I can pull up high, you know, so I get it started on there, and then it's pretty much got some weight going to get it up on there. It works. Like I said, there is no set way to do any of this, but keeping true to the tow truck form and everything, this is all just pipe that we had laying around. It's super funny because this is actually black iron pipe, not roll bar tubing at all or anything. It's black iron pipe. It's the cheapest stuff you can buy. And then right here, this is 1.5 inch chrome moly. It's literally the most expensive stuff you can get. So, but it was laying around, and I there was nothing else I could do with it. It was laying around left over. It's really kind of funny because it matches with the wrecker, because all this right here is that same 1.5 inch chrome moly tubing that is my front fenders and everything that ties down in. So it's super funny because I don't remember exactly what it is. It's something like $20 some a square foot, or a linear foot. I don't, anyway. So yeah. So yeah, like you said, I broke the trailer pulling it up Pritchett. I slid down off a hill as I was going up and kinked that, and this is quarter wall. I mean, that's quarter wall tubing right there, square tubing, and it's lasted for a couple years bouncing around out there. So I just added this to kind of, it's a gusset and a support, but it's also a platform for the side-by-side to sit on. I'm considering, well, I want to do it, I haven't had time right now. I'm going to do a plate that comes right here and up, and then has cutouts for tie downs, yeah, for ratchet straps and stuff. And like I said, I've fit everything from the big 4-seat Can-Ams on here. I have to fold my pole up because they come way far up here. The majority of them, the 2-seaters and like the 4-seater Terexes and those, they fit right on here perfectly. They fit really well. And so, like I said, I'm considering doing like a DOM tube that comes off of here and comes out and ties into this, just because on a recovery a week and a half ago, I was having trouble getting this tire to go over, and I'm kind of hoping maybe a bar right here would give it something to deflect off of. So if it does hit a rock, it kind of pushes the trailer off. I don't know if it'd hold up. We actually had to, the rock was against the tire right here, and we could not get around it. It was on a real narrow shelf road. So we actually ran the rear winch out here over the tire and down, and went through with a strap through the rim and up. And then as I went forward, I winched the rear winch in, and it kind of made this tire drive and climb up over the rock with the side-by-side on there and pull up and over. And so I don't know if this is gonna help or hurt having a fender here. It might glance off of it and be a good thing and kind of give it a way to force it off. It might hang up more. I don't know. Like I said, it's all let's just try it. It's just my old beater trailer that I've had forever. I actually got this trailer from my brother-in-law in high school, I think, you know, which was a long time ago. But anyway, like I said, these just undo that nut and the ramps drop down, and so that all stays together. But this tucks in here, so if a side-by-side needed to go on there, that would be out of the way. So like I said, we'll see how it does. It adds a little bit of weight, but it's all down low weight, and down low weight works better. I've never had this trailer get tippy with a side-by-side on here, which is why I kept it low. I didn't go deck over, you know, because I could have gone deck over and then had full width and never had a problem with this. But then you're really high, and we're not just going out into sand dunes and pulling rigs out. I mean, we're out on trails. We're on full-blown Jeep trails rescuing rigs, so it's got to be stable. So like I said, just more little things tinkering with. Yeah, upgraded the steering on the wrecker. I don't know if I've shown a YouTube video for that yet. Anyway, yeah, normal stuff. Any little cracks right in here shows up, so got to go through and re-weld and touch things up. It's just what happens. But anyway, so yeah, that's the upgrades on the trailer. Oh, like I said, hoping that's gonna work better as a platform, you know, sitting up on there like that. We'll see. I do have the tongue high intentionally. There's no suspension on the trailer. Suspension fails, leaf springs break, bolts break, shackles, yeah, so it's solid straight to the frame, so to kind of cut down on wear points and stuff like that. So I intentionally have the tongue high so that the front tires don't really touch the ground, so that when I'm running it empty, it's just running on one axle. It helps out because the front almost always, like I said, the front takes all the brunt when you're trying to climb obstacles and climb stuff. So both spindles on my front axle are tweaked. so if it was sitting down on the ground, it would wear the front tires really bad. So I intentionally set it so it sits up, and then when it's got weight on it, I mean, it mostly runs on the front and then barely on the rear. Or I'm sorry, on the rear and then barely on the front, but it just seems to work out good. And yes, my $20 trailer has Hutchinson beadlocks, dual beadlocks on it, and of course BFGs with the white letters out. But yeah, anyways, that's all for now. I'll try and edit in some videos or some snippets of those clips like I was talking about, the winch thing that we did and stuff like that. Anyway,